What's happening with it, world? Shaman's and them, the Toothless Wonder, reporting on the Bamboozle Again News Network. Kind of on a solemn, somber tip, yo. Again, I'm feeling the spiritual weight, because I work in the mental health, substance abuse industry, right? And there's all this funding, but we barely got the resource to help anybody, or we got to jump through a whole bunch of hoops. You know what I'm saying? But the people that come to us for help, if we refer them to somebody, because we more so a resource center, we're referring to the people who are just going to feast upon their insurance and justify the billing of services while offering them next to nothing, enough to keep them, chimed in or on the hook, but nothing to help them progress unless you have the mental determination to do so. This is a wild time. What a time to be alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, like, every time Trump say something, I ain't pro-Trump, but every time Trump say something, everybody lose their minds based on what he said, not on what he did. You know what I'm saying? But I can see how, you know, they've allowed corruption to run so rampant. You know how they say, in order to bring in a new system, we have to collapse the old one. But it makes sense to collapse the old one because it's so full of corruption. If somebody just does a general check or audit of all these government systems and aids and all that, man. But then, they make it so hard to break free of the matrix physically. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'll be honest, yo. Today, I just want, if I ain't have my daughter, because I'm one of them brother, jumping out the window with this one, I say hell with everything, bill and all that, and go up in the Appalachian Mountains. And you know what I'm saying? Just deep, yo, on a daily basis, yo, I'm privy to, right, is trauma, and I get it, right? But I can't practically help these people. I figure I'm gonna have to create some type of business to generate something, to then build something to where you don't have to pay me for me to help you, yo. You know what I'm saying? At what point did with the disciples or the prophets, right, or anybody in the scripture, where they had to pay them to help them, spiritually or practically? You know what I'm saying? My old master sensei used to say, if someone thirsty, writing water on a piece of paper does nothing for their thirst, yo. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I'm just disgusted with the whole demonstration. From top to bottom, every which way but loose. The Here's what's crazy, right? I was talking to a coworker, right? And they said, yo, I fear for future generations because they're going to take away women's reproductive rights. So you fear for future generations if they don't have reproductive rights, nice word salad for abortion. But if you abort people, there won't be any future generations. What is you talking about? And I kind of got jaw hot, right? Because typically I try to stay removed from these type of conversations, right? But sometimes I get a little yeah, right? So whereas though this said person was like, a reproductive right, da da da, but this is the same individual who didn't fight like that when it came time for the jab. You ain't holler my body, my choice. But when it comes to unaliving your own children, you had the right to do that. But if they make it that you can't go to work to barely pay your bill, you'll go ahead and take something. What's in it? We don't know. Just take it anyway. Okay. And and I'm just highlighting this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who is there to really have an intellectual conversation with? And please don't interject the name. Well, let's just say Jesus, right? You know what I'm saying? Jesus done got. You can't. I understand that the carnal can't perceive things of the spirit. So I basically because I like to go straight to the point. So I say, we can have a difference of opinion, but here's what's going to happen. So when you see it, you'll know what's going on. We're being led to a certain place. Problem, reaction, solution. That's why I keep creating all these problems. Wait for the desired emotionalism, and then they already got the solution, aka the jab. This same person, right? Now I can, disseminate, and talk. They got the demonstration, right? But here's what's crazy. Say they can't exercise because if their heart revs up to 2 RPMs, it's ready to explode. But it wasn't like that 2 years ago. I wonder why. He's the greatest dancer. I wonder why. But I ain't supposed to know nothing. You go to the doctor? No. Why not? Like somebody asked me, they asked my age, I told them, they was like, really? Mind you, I done lived a Van Helsing type of life. You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking no. And then, that's what I'm going to go to, right? I'm sorry, y'all. So I'm making a point, right? So I'm leading them there like the government lead everybody else, right? So I said, all right, well, we complain about it, whatever, right? Okay, what are we going to do to solve the problem? We ain't got enough people. Yeah, we do. We start with 2. Me and you figure out what we going to do. No. Let's complain about the people. It's so crazy. It's like we arguing over who's the better slave master. Again, like Frederick Douglass said, we don't want freedom, we want more comfortable enslavement. Even when I talk to these woke brothers, okay, I hear you. Okay, what we gonna do to secure our own future? I'm tired of talking about the problem. It's just maybe the way my brain set up. Even when I was drinking, why am I putting my future in somebody else's hands who has repeatedly, no matter on what side of the spectrum they on, left, right, red, blue, don't care nothing about you, yo. And they show you this repeatedly. Now, if you like them, you'll make an excuse for them. If somebody on the other side of the spectrum did the exact same thing, you make a counter argument. And these are the people we got to interact with. That's why I don't be fooling with it. It's not that I'm antisocial. I ain't feeling it, B. Word up, man. Know what I'm saying? What happened to give me liberty or give me death, yo? Give me what I want and I'll lay down. That's what it is, man. We ain't gonna get along, yo. You know what I'm saying? Not even, in a person. I'm just saying, like, and then I be feeling like I be having to dumb myself down. I don't feel like doing that, yo. You know what I'm saying? Not that I think I'm right. Here it is. I can't afford to be wrong. You know what I mean? Then if you say, yo, let's get these skills or this, that, and the third, that's too much like effort. I'm just waiting on my government check. So what happened when they cut? Then what you gonna do? Get a brain chip? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, Joe. Even here's what's crazy in this paradoxical simulation I find myself in. The intellectuals have no practical intellect to problem solve. Again, as I like to say, the leaders aren't leading you anywhere. Somebody leading them. The physically attractive, more oftentimes or not, are the most spiritually gruesome. Woo! I rack my brain trying to become a legendary Negro, right? A Negro who just has practical skills and spiritual wisdom, yeah. I gotta be the all-purpose Negro. And maybe not. I understand under the authority of the Most High and however he set it up and planned it out and all that. But I was just reading the Psalms where it's talking about, and I'm paraphrasing where, you'll see 1,000 at thy right, 10,000 at thy left, right. But I think it was saying but you'll see it. Just like when Noah was on the ark, right? He was safe, but I'm pretty sure he could hear the screams. I don't want to hear the screams, Joe. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a little kid heart. You feel me? And my little kid heart, which I understand is deceitfully wicked above all things, I'm thinking these people can still be saved, yo. Granted, I ain't sure I can't save them, but maybe I can do my part to plant a seed. One man plant, one man water. Y'all get an increase. But sometimes I feel like the old gospel song, are my efforts in vain, yo. Why would you place me in this industry when I was, hell-bent on doing everything else but this, and then seemingly be ineffective because of bureaucracy or lack of funding or now we don't got the money to do this or we could go in the community but it's too cold and all that. You know what I'm saying? Think about the people that's outside. It ain't too cold for them because they got to be there. We got to go. I'm starting to think. I'm starting to think if I could find a way to just generate fun, however I do that, I just hit the street solo. You know what I'm saying? And be able to practically feed, practically clothe. You understand me? Because here's one thing I do know. Everybody you see, let's say outside homeless, destitute, whatever, them the strongest people you ever meet, yo. It take a strong person to be homeless, yo. And you understand, they have a certain knowledge and wisdom uh, that the average person who live in somewhat comfortability don't got. You know what I'm saying? These are strong folk. I'll get me a squad of them. You know, who won't? Like get me a old ragtag squad and get the victory. Because I'm one of them. I was just fortunate enough to overcome certain things and certain hurdles, you know what I'm saying? But had y'all not that did when he gave me the breakthrough and fold up time, I'd still be outside. Because none of my efforts worked, even though I was putting in the work. I think he was just building character. You know what I'm saying? My life don't even belong to me. And that's because in my mind, my dreams, goals, ideas are one, I can do it. I got the skill set to do it, mentality, whatever, right? I got the heart for it, right? But it's killing me. It's killing me, Smalls, that I feel somewhat restricted or neutered to a degree. You know what I'm saying? You said, well, when Yeshua said, when do we see you hungry or naked? He said, if you've done these to the least of them, you've done it unto me. I think this is a righteous burden, you know what I'm saying? To see a need and desire to fulfill it with no desire for self-promotion purposes. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them brothers. If I find it fulfilling, I'm like Kevin Gates. I don't get tired. You know what I'm saying? Because what I perceive too as well, not just with that demographic, but across the board in these various, pockets of society, left, right, certain age ranges, political ideation, everybody's losing hope to the point where they're just chasing fake money. That's the end all be all. Had a police officer step up in the demonstration today, right, looking for somebody. Now I don't know all the protocols, but I know them in general. Like we can't divulge where people at and da 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 for confidentiality purpose. So I'd lead them to my supervisor, which alluded to what I knew to be true, but they were looking for a certain individual. This individual is in treatment, safe and sound, right? But the daughter put out a missing person report because checks were to come out and they trying to find out where their mom at. But before they were homeless and stealing the money, yo, and it's snowing, Joe. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Now all of a sudden you think about your mama. That's why I say, yo, I understand. I don't think I'm supposed to hate people, but I despise same thing. I despise like, you know what I'm saying? Seriously, yo. And then probably walk around like this, that, and the third. And your mama outside. And the only time you think about it, cause we done had 2 snowstorms, is when the check rate come out. Yo, I feel like the KK. Yo, sometimes look, most people in general, man, niggas disgust me, yo. We can't hang out. And if we do hang out, you ain't gonna do nothing but try to set me up or you know what I'm saying? Shaming you to stay on the plantation. Soon as you start talking about breaking free or making certain strides, here they come. They won't think about it before, but it seems like something get alerted spiritually. Here they come. Trying to derail, hinder, just like the adversary. I guess, they do the works of their father and whatnot. You know what I mean? But I've never, even in the grips of my super duper addiction or being homeless or whatever, I ain't never think about trying to stop somebody else from shining. Because if I stop you from shining, you can't help me. Like certain things never applied to me. You know how they say misery love company? If I'm miserable, I'm going around the homies so we can shine. Like they can pick up my spirits and take my mind off of it. I'm miserable. I'll go around the homies and then start sowing seeds of discord amongst the brethren. God darn. Like I've had my struggles, but now I'm coming to this greater degree of seeing those that are physically alive and spiritually dead. And I don't like dead stuff, yo. I like stuff that's alive, like butterflies and flowers, and you know what I'm saying? That's enough to make, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, for real, coming to these epiphanies, right? In seasons previous, before I was as mentally fortified and consistent, what I'm talking about now is enough to make me, go to the hood and get me a shot and put one in the air, yo, just to free my mind, Joe, from the burdens of dying hot. You know what I mean? I understand, but here's another thing, right? I understand the world is what it is with wars throughout history and various things, right? But now it's ever more. Wickedness is truly abounding to the point they ain't even trying to hide it no more. They're taking pride in being. They have no conscience. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like demons, zipped up in an organic suit that look like a human, Joe. I got these personal fights to not, for, the other parent not to drug my child up for money. And, I'm still paying on stuff, even though child live with me. Can't get none of these state agencies look into it. Segue with me, please. The last day and a half at work with that government tech line, I've been reporting all the entities I know from almost a decade ago. See if that do something, yeah. But then here the tripping part. Let's say they was able to shut these places down, even though they bad. Then what? You know what I'm saying? Just like I seen that publication of an unnamed FBI source that said if we got enough evidence to lock up the civic leadership of Baltimore City, right? But if we do that, ain't nobody gonna be left to run the city. So it's almost the wicked got all the resources to help you, and it's like even amongst, let's say, the quote unquote chosen, it's hard for us to even come together, to even come up with a plan that, or the Most High give us, or when did we come together, yo? You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about this too, right? Now we're not supposed to be equally yoked and whatnot, right? But if the chosen are all spread out, like I'm, in a small town, so, whatever the case may be. But who do the chosen get with and reproduce families with, yo? If we so spread out. You know what I'm saying? How do we create industries and maybe in clusters or small, even if that's to be the case, under that spiritual band? And then from what I see, let's say organized Hebrew Israelites, or what you want to call them, they still operating under a plantation construct. So you don't get nowhere with them. It's real on the battlefield, man. And me personally, I'm alright. But then I kind of feel some type of way. Yeah, I'm alright. But what about the others? I feel like I'm supposed to do something more. You know what I'm saying? Or I kind of feel bad that I got somewhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember what it was like being out in the elements. Yes, sir. And it was like the Most High always led me. And he's done that quite a few times. One time, I messed up all my money. And he led me to a burnt out house. But the water and the electric still worked. I was still, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't look, you know what I'm saying? The last season, he led me to a utility shed or closet, an apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? One time I went way to North Carolina, left that joint, because that joint was like a plantation with bully coon Negroes running it, Christian junk and all that. Left that joint. Now, mind you, I'm from Maryland. I don't know nobody in North Carolina. The night I left, or the day I left, it was like 6 degrees. But when the sun dropped, it ended up being, when I looked it up later on, it ended up being the coldest night in Greensboro, North Carolina that year. All I did was walk and pray. But luckily, not knowing where I'm going at, I was actually headed in the direction of the bus station. You know what I'm saying? So I, got in there, got warm. And I ain't look homeless, so ain't nobody like mess with me or nothing like that. But I went the wrong direction, I probably froze to death that night. I just feel like, yo, I gotta do something, yo. You know what I'm saying? They say evil, now I don't know how spiritually practical this is, but they say evil only prevails when good men do nothing. So we just supposed to sit back. I'm just posing a question here. I don't know. And just watch destruction. Like who do you quote unquote help? How do you discern that? You know what I'm saying? Because I noticed in my personal life, way before, this season of awakening, if you want to call it that, the people that I did the most for, in this particular season, I had to cut off because they became a hindrance. You know what I'm saying? And I try to limit, the percentage of me being betrayed. I can handle it, but I don't want to waste my time. You know what I'm saying? But like maybe I can do it like that, but I can't let you in interpersonally. Because it seemed like when I went through that total recall a couple videos ago, you know what I'm saying? It was like everybody I ever befriended, like tried to fade me or hinder me or whatever. Like one time, I remember, and I'm saying I had the short, I was like 19 at the time, 20. So I knew the shorty was cheating on me, but I kept it G. I ain't say nothing. I'm like, all right, just, you know what I mean, woo woo, right? So I already know this, but I'm holding it in, trying to keep it copacetic. So I just go get a hotel room for the weekend. So I leave the spot, go get the hotel room. I don't know how she found out where I was at. And I just went to sleep or cut the light off and get a knock at the door. Something told me don't answer. So I don't answer. Come to find out it was her. When I come back to the house, I never forget, and I've heard people talk about this, like that demonic grin. Now my homeboy at the time, I was about 19, 20, he about 30. When I walked in the house, he had this devilish grin on his face. I shake it off. I go up to, she had cut up my ID, all my clothes, woo woo woo. Now I know everybody know this. You know, like when you chosen, you just don't let everybody know what you know. You just observe and move how you move, right? So I'm like, darn, I know she was hooting and hollering. And I'm like, yo, ain't none of y'all stop her, yo. But whenever y'all need help, I'm the first person y'all call, off the love. You know what I'm saying? I don't keep track of, like, how many times I help somebody. I just do it. You know what I'm saying? Get my man's on it. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? I ain't stunting that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, how much betrayal can you go through? How much? And then this has been a long, arduous journey. This wasn't no, I came up quickly. You know what I'm saying? Such an integral time as this, right? But then it's just like, you see the wicked problem. You see the game runners continuing to run game and seemingly, and I understand, I just read this too about, paraphrasing, not being vexed when the wicked prosper in their way. But sometimes, just like, you know, in the Revelation where it say, where they up in heaven, the martyrs up in heaven, they like, well, how long till you avenge us? And he say something to the effect of, paraphrasing again, forgive me, to the number of your brothers has been fulfilled. Sometimes, I'll be honest, yo, I kind of get a little perturbed with the Most High. Like, I know you all powerful, but these wicked, they think they unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? Proud, be dead wrong, still coming after you. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to do right. Then you be tempted to do something to them, but you can't do that, because then you'll get disciplined. I don't want no parts of that. You know what I'm saying? This is not, this walk is not for the weak, baby. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't have it no other way, man. Word up. It's all worth it. It's all worth it. On that note, man, I'ma holler at y'all, man. One love. Stay up out, chat.